Assalamu alaikum. Madkhalis, or those who are called in English SS, which means super Salafis. Indeed, they're super by the governors and those who can cooperate or use them as intelligence service. They're super to them. They have started their method by objecting against demonstrations, revolutions, stressing the issue of being obedient and hearing to the leader, as long as you do not see a clear disbelief. Now, we had good thought in them and we believe them. That's okay. We're not against that. But we are against what? If a person disagreed on that, for example, matter of demonstrations, okay, they call him immediately mubtadi', innovator. Wait a minute. Come on, be fair and just. Suppose he has this problem, but in other way, he doesn't allow innovation in religion. Would you call him innovator? That's unjust. That's unfair. The narrators, the writers of the books of hadith, they used to be having some narrators who are Shia, or they are infected with some innovations. They used to be taking from them. Despite that, are you going to call Bukhari Saruri Qutbi Ikhwani for doing this? Bukhari's book contains some narrators who have a problem of Shi'ism. Now that has another discussion, but basically this is truth. And for example, there are great scholars like Ibn al-Ash'ath, like Sa'id ibn Jubayr, who went against al-Hajjaj, and they are great leaders of Sunnah. Would you call them innovators? Mubtadi'? That's unfair. So you can't have 100% person. Either he is 100% good or he must be 100% bad. That's Khawarij method. That's the Khawarij character. Anyway, so as long as they used to be saying you should be hearing to the Imam, the leader, okay, be obedient to him, fine, we're fine with this. But now, as if the Prophet was saying, you should hear and obey the leader, unless you see a clear Ikhwani leaders. So therefore, no obedience for them, unless they are Ikhwani. That's what they're doing now. Look at Libya. If you ask them why those Madkhalis are supportive to Haftar, they say he is against Ikhwan. But wait a minute, who are the Ikhwan? The governors of Libya, Sarraj. Oh, they're Ikhwani. That's why you allowed yourself to stand in the front war with the mercenaries, Russian mercenaries, under the banner of Haftar, who is a double agent, dealer for Trump, for Macron, for etc., etc., etc. And Madkhali himself said, I advise my followers to be under the banner of Haftar.
فإني أسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يطفئ نار الفتنة في ليبيا وغيرها من بلدان المسلمين، وأن يرفع راية السنة والتوحيد، وأن يقوي أهل السنة والجماعة، وأن يجمع كلمتهم على الحق، وأن يبتعدوا عن الفتن، ولا يشاركوا أهل الهواء والفتن في القتال، ويبتعدوا كل ابتعاد، وينضموا إلى أخوانهم السلفيين تحت راية حفتر. وفق الله الجميع.
But there's another scholar that disagreed with Madkhali, saying that yes, despite there are problems in the Libyan government, but it is a dominant government by which we're not allowed to fight against. And that is Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad. He disagreed with Madkhali.
الذي عرفته من حال ليبيا حكامها القائمين أن الأمن ضعيف، ولكن هذا لا يسوغ ما أشير إليه الحكومة الموجودة أرى أنها شرعية. ثالثا، هذا الثائر وهو المعروف بحفتر، ما أدري والله اسمه، هذا لقبه، هذا متقاعد من الجيش وقد شكل جيشا. هذا ثائر خارق للحكم الموجود في ليبيا. رابعا، نصيحتنا لجميع أبنائنا في ليبيا أن يرفضوا هذا، ومن كان انضم إليه فليلقي السلاح وليلجأ إلى الحكومة القائمة، فإنها هي الحكومة القائمة. ومن منهج أهل السنة والجماعة كما دل عليه الحديث الصحيح أنهم لا ينازعون الأمر أهله، فإن كان ضعيفا أعانوه وقووا جانبه.
Oh, wait a minute. If Libya is governed by Ikhwan, does it mean you're allowed to go against them? This is a scandal. This is a disgrace against those people. Why? Those people used to be showing hatred by tongue, from the heart, then by the tongue, then it became by hands. And now they are fighting under a secular banner, which is under the recommendation, the leadership or the control of Trump and Macron. So they're dying with the Russians. Why? Because the governors in Libya are Ikhwani. So the Prophet didn't say, hear and obey unless you see Ikhwani, unless the leader is Ikhwani. So Ikhwani means clear kufr, disbelief. Come on, be fair and judge. Look, we used to be going against Ikhwan, and I used to be criticizing their methods, but as a matter of religion, not as a matter of politics, as you do now. Madkhalis used to be classifying their opponents, claiming them, accusing them that they are Ikhwanji. This is a mockery. They say to them, you belong to Brotherhood sect. But look now, the Madkhalis became the brothers of the Russians, Blackwater Company for mercenaries and Wagner Company for mercenaries. So you refused the Ikhwani Muslim to be your brothers. But look what happened instead. Because you classify others and using bad names against them, look where it ended up with you. Under the banner of Haftar fighting with your brother Russians. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's get back to the topic. So we believe them, but we realized their hardship, their hard, to the extent that even if I say Assalamu alaikum to one of them in Britain, he doesn't reply. Even if I extend my hand to shake hands with them, they don't accept it. Oh my God, this is the character of the Khawarij. Why? Did I become kafir? I mean, if Pharaoh, wallahi, that's in Sahih, that's in the book Al-Adab for Al-Bukhari, narrated authentically by Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, that he said, if Pharaoh said to me, may Allah bless you, I'll be saying to him, and may Allah bless you too. That's authentic. What kind of hardship is this? So, they said you have to hear and obey. But they are opposing us of that which they are ordered us to do. They do not do what they order us to do. Like what? You should hear and obey. They're not hearing and obeying. They went in demonstrations for favor of Gaddafi, for favor of Haftar. What's going on? The Prophet Shu'aib said to his people, وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَنْ أُخَالِفَكُمْ إِلَى مَا أَنْهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ. And I do not want to go with you, to go against or to do what I ordered you not to do. But those people are not following this prophetic instruction. They say to us, okay, you should hear and obey. Okay, hear and obey those ikhwan who are not kafir. If they're kafir, that's another issue. Do they have innovations? Yes. Do we disagree with them? Yes. But it doesn't mean we go against them and we fight in the same side by side with the Russian Wagner mercenary company. That's what's happening in Libya. Oh, wait a minute, before Libya. Now, those people are centered in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia deals with the Libyan government that it is a legal government that represents the people. So, if you are against this government, that means you are against the Saudi government, which takes the Libyan government as official and legalized government. So, what's happening with this Madkhali, Rabi'a Madkhali, who says, I recommend my people to be obedient and to hear and obey Haftar and to be under his banner, under his leadership. Now, he's Khawarij because he's going against the Saudi government, which deals officially, legally, with this Sarraj government. You're not happy with this government because it has innovation. Okay, but you should be hearing and obeying. Unless you see clear disbelief, kufr. Who's that guy, Madkhali? Madkhali speaks just like Khawarij. You should. Always like this, the way he speaks. That's Khawarij.
وجوب هذا واجب. ليه؟ لأن هذا المبتدئ الضال يلبس باطله لباس الإسلامية. يقدم هذا على طبق إسلامي أن هذا هو الإسلام. يعني شوية خرى يحطه في طبق من ذهب ويقول هذا من عند الله.
When he was talking against one of the sheikhs, his name is Ar'ur, he was saying, be careful of this man. I think probably he had been utilized by the kuffar, and he's more dangerous than the Jews and the Christians. This is the way he speaks. He's very harsh. Even Sheikh Albani, who before, because he was refuting Sufism, Sheikh Albani praised him for this. But Sheikh Albani also said, all the books of this man are extremely hard and brutal and cruel. That's his behavior. Now, this behavior impacted the people, and it copied them. They are clones, Madkhali clones now. They're Madkhali clones. They're very hard. And they distorted the Salafi da'wah. And they shredded it because of this behavior. Why? Because those people do not carry the concern of raising the ummah, doing things for the favor of ummah. No. Not for the favor of the nation. No. It's for the favor of the leaders. When the leader desires something, they go for his favor. If, for example, this particular leader is against Turkey, immediately against Turkey. If next day they reconciled, now it's okay. This man, first, he is forbidding Hizbiyah, to be cultist person, to deal sectarianly. Right. But he is also going against that. He's becoming Hizbi, but not Hizbi as Ikhwan, no, but Hizbi for favor of leaders. As a result, his followers became extremely intelligent service everywhere. This man says you have to hear and obey, but he's not hearing and obeying the Saudi government because he has he has representatives everywhere in every country. This man Madkhali. So where is the hearing and obedience? Is he a leader under the leadership of the Saudi government? That's a problem. Now listen to him when he's confessing that he assigned someone to be his counselor, his mayor in Iraq, but he wasn't really suitable for the job. So he's assigning leaders under the leadership of Saudi kingship. So he's supposed to be obeying and hearing the Saudi government. But now he's government himself. There is no country, but he is assigning representative, or let's say ambassador, or a mayor in every country for this man, Rabi al-Madkhali. This is sectarianism in itself. And they say that to be Ikhwani is bad. But they themselves are becoming brothers to the Russians. They're fighting with them. They are brothers to the seculars and the liberal people. But not to us. He and his followers are becoming more harsh to us. Even the Christians and the Jews. More harsh, believe me. To the extent that I extend my hand to shake hands with his followers, they refuse. I say salam alaikum to them. They even don't look at me. It's haram to look at me. And I was saying to one of them, Bismillah, mashallah. It's amazing that you shake hands with Christians and Jews, but you do not shake hands with me. Are the Jews and Christians better than me? Now listen to his confession that he assigns presidents and leaders in the world on his behalf to be his deputies.
فماذا عمر يولي إذا أجد المسلمين يجلس ما هو الذي ما بارك الله ما هو الذي أجلتك ولا لا؟ فأنا لا أعرف أنا لا أعرف على السلفيين أبدا. لماذا نار سلفية؟ لأنه على الباطل ما هو باطل كثير وكثير وكثير. كل واحد مع على أكل على أكل يفرق المسلمين في العالم وهم.
He also says, he was criticizing companions. He said, they are not fit for politics. Look at them, how they fell many times in trials and tribulations. And when Aisha was attacked, many of them, they slandered Aisha.
يا أخوتاه اقرأوا المنار عند تفسير قول الله تبارك وتعالى وإذا جاءهم أمر من الأمن أو الخوف أذاعوا به ولو ردوه إلى الله والرسول لعلمه الذين يستنبطونه منهم.
Well, he did not read the ayah correctly, but he claims that the companions, they lack knowledge.
والله كان صحابة فقهاء في أمور السياسة ما ينجحون وما يستطيعون يستنبطون في الإذاعة والإشاعة يقعون في فتنة قضية طاح فيها كثير من الصحابة.
Oh my God, that's in his voice. And he's recorded. I have a recorded voice for him. He's saying that Ibn Baz had given a big hit against Salafi da'wah.
لحظة أرجوك أنا شيخ سمعتك اليوم لحظة والله يشهد والملائكة والناس أجمعين ونحن في المطار قلت لي يا شيخ الشيخ من باز طعنة السلفية طعنة شديدة لو أنا شيخ مسكت التليفون بدأت المملكة الشيخ ربيع طعن بن باز الشيخ ربيع طعن بن باز هذا الشيخ ايش رايك فيه؟ ترى هذا مني.
أنا شخصي
أنا فاهم قصدك، عشان كذا ما نشرت. لكن لو أنا رحت قلت يا شيخ طعن في السلفي، طعن في دمبال، ما رأيك يا شيخ في هذا؟ طيب ايش رايك يا شيخ في هذا؟
هذه الدعوة العريضة.
ايش رايك يا شيخ في هذا؟ تنشر الدعوة.
اسمع أنا قصدت أي شيء.
أنا عارف قصدك يا شيخ، أنا عارف قصدك.
إيش قصدي؟
الشيخ ما يعلم، ما يدري عن الوضع.
لكن تخبرني إيش الطعن اللي قلت هذا؟ إيش أقصد؟
لما التقيت بالشيخ عبد العزيز وأخذ يمدح في سلمان ويرد، فأنت ردت يا شيخ وذكرت هذه الكلمة. أنا أقول الشيخ قال غضبان.
اسمع أنا لا أقول بيني وبينك، لا تقول الحين قدام الناس.
والله يا شيخ أنا
لا أنت الحين تضربني أول مرة وثاني مرة تقني أنا، بعدين بيني وبينك. أنت تبغى الكلام اللي بينك وبين توحيد بينك وبينه.
طيب يا شيخ
وأنت الآن تنشرني في المجالس. فلا تنشرني.
لا أنا
شوف بارك الله. الآن أنت اسمع.
Wow. Sheikh Ibn Baz praised him. He was not grateful to him, but he attacked Ibn Baz. Sheikh Albani praised him, then he attacked Albani. He said, our Salafi way is different than Albani's Salafi way. What's going on with this man?
أتكلم جزاه الله خير بما أعطاه الله من الحق، واستأذنته تكلمت فقلت يعني هذا الكلام الظاهر غير صحيح، ولو صح أن ناس يطردون الألباني هذا الطريق ما فنحن لا نقرهم ولا يجوز هذا. أما نحن تلاميذ الشيخ فمنذ وطئت قدمه الجامعة أذكر والله من أول يوم دخل الشيخ الألباني وله وزن وله قيمة عندنا، فبدأنا في درس وتعرضوا لقضية القبور والكتابة عليها ووضع علامات عليها وكذا، ونحن طلاب الشيخ عبد الله القرعاوي عندنا سلفية أقوى من سلفية الألباني. والله الشيخ عبد الله تعلم المنهج السلفي تماما، حتى ما عرفنا المذاهب أبدا، ما عرفنا إلا كتاب الله وسنة الرسول منهج السلف الصالح. فالتقينا بالألباني وإذا به نحن في السلفية أقوى منه. علم الله يقول الناس إن قلدناه. الشيخ عبد الله وضع سلفية، جاء بسلفية يعني هي صميم السلفية. جاء الشيخ الألباني مثلا يقول أنا آخذ من لحيتي قليلا، وجادلنا في هذه القضية من أول يوم، وقال يا جماعة أنتم ما تعرفون أنا إيش الألباني، بعضهم لو ترك لحيته تصل إلى ركبتين، فماذا تفهم في هذا؟ قلنا هذا نادر ولا حكم للنادر.
So who's more fit than the companions in matters of politics? Madkhali is better than the companions. Oh, mashallah, we saw this wide political genius Madkhali behavior. We have seen that through Libya and through Yemen. The followers of Madkhali in Yemen, they have bombed a lot of masjids. And they have assassinated 300 imams of khutbah, Friday khutbah. They assassinated them through a man called Hani bin Break. And they are against the leader, the legal Yemeni government, who is taking place inside the Saudi government. Allahu Akbar. So in every issue, you can see those madkhalis are going even against the Saudi government. They have something called Al-Majlis Al-Intiqali, their madkhali committee in Yemen. When Saudi government said, stop the war in Aden, they did not stop it. They said, we want to go against that government. But the government, the legal government, is under control, under sponsorship, under care of Saudi government. Yet, those people, madkhalis, are going against. So they're going against the Saudi policy in Libya and Yemen. See, when you have this great hatred, which caused the assemblies of the madkhalis to be centralized on the subject of backbiting this leader, this da'ya, this sheikh, that cleric, this cleric, always, with the ignorance they have. They speak against a lot of people of da'wah, inviting for guidance, okay, reformers, but yet themselves, they are not qualified to do the job. So they are they're making the leaders of da'wah rare in the ummah, and they're not qualified to do the job. Alternatively, those are negative people. They have distorted Islam equally or even a bit more than the Khawarij. And they are in parallel line with the Khawarij. The Khawarij, their leader must be 100% good, otherwise they go against him and kill him immediately. Okay, either 100% good or he'll be 100% bad. And those people, the Salafis, are doing the same, but not with the leaders, with the people of da'wah, with the sheikhs. Either the sheikh must be 100% good, or he is 100% bad. So they should be saying about Ibn al-Ash'ath, Sa'id bin Jubayr, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, those who went against the Umayyi leadership at the time of the Prophet, after the Prophet ﷺ, they should be calling those scholars as Khawarij. But everybody knows that those people are great symbols of Sunnah. But they had some problems with their leaders at that time. So are we with them in this? No, we go against them. But to call them people of da'wah, either Sa'id bin Jubayr must be 100% good person, or if he went against Hajjaj, he's 100% bad, mubtada', Qutbi, Sururi, Khawarij, Hizbi. That's what's happening. So that those assemblies of backbiting, when they had a chance to use their hands, they are killing their brothers now in Libya and in Yemen. You know what they're saying in Yemen and Libya? The Prophet said, kill Khawarij, and we're killing them. And they have no problem. They're happy. They kill their brothers and they say, Alhamdulillah, we killed them. But who told you that they're Khawarij? And wait a minute. How Ali was dealing with the Khawarij? He was inviting them, sending Ibn Abbas and other scholars, Sahaba, to advise them. And he said, even if we're not going to prohibit you entering our masjids. If you fight with us in the, fronts against the disbelievers, you're going to be sharing the spoils with us. If he fought with the Khawarij, he used not to trace them and to kill their wounded people. There is a way to deal with this. But those people, no, they take the hadith just like that and they say, the Prophet said, if I were alive and I see them, I'm going to kill them. So they say, so we should be killing them. And that's what they're doing in Yemen. And that's what they're doing in Libya. And they're happy with this. They're fighting under the bannership of this tyrant Haftar, who has no difference than Gaddafi. It's the same. He's even worse. And they're happy with this. They said, our Sheikh said, who's your Sheikh? Madkhali. By the way, Madkhali has a very, very rude and dirty tongue. A very dirty tongue. And he speaks in a very bad way. Like S-H-I-T. Oh, that's that's a usual thing. Do you want to hear it?
وجوب هذا واجب. ليه؟ لأن هذا المبتدع الضال يلبس باطله لباس الإسلامية. يقدم هذا على طبق إسلامي أن هذا هو الإسلام. يعني شوية خرى يحطه في طبق من ذهب ويقول هذا من عند الله. فويل للذين يكتبون الكتاب بأيديهم ثم يقول هذا من عند الله ليشتروا به ثمنا قليلا.
Yucky, that stinks. The other thing is that RAND organization, foundation, American foundation, they talked about those madkhalis and they said they're good. They're fruitful. They sued the American policy. So, as a result, they said it. And I have the documentation. They said they should be supported in lectures, in giving lectures, in publishing pamphlets, leaflets, books, in giving lectures, and in publishing books. MashaAllah. This is racism and devaluing Sheikh Albani. The Salafi way should not be painted with a certain race. It's universal, it's for all people. There's a guy called Abdul Latif Bashmel. He wrote a book against Sheikh Albani. And he said, this guy Albani, he is Ikhwani. And he pretends to be Salafi in order to bring back those people from Salafi way to become Ikhwani like him. Oh my God. If Albani is Ikhwani, then Madkhali should be Ikhwani. What are you talking about? I have his book here with me. He's refuting Sheikh Albani, saying that he is Ikhwani. Can you imagine it? What a liar. I like what Imam Zahabi said. He said, so and so narrator, he's trustworthy, but he has a Shiite character. He has innovation character in which he is not leader for it, but he's infected in it. But he's trustworthy, and he has narrations. His narrations are for us, but his innovation is on him. And if we keep rejecting narrators because they have certain problems, we'll be having no more narrations to pick and to use. It's a very beautiful word. What the Madkhalis are going to talk about Hussein, the son of Ali radiallahu anhu, when he was believed to be going against Yazid ibn Muawiyah and causing a big fitna. Until now, the Muslims are into two groups because of this. Are they going to say that he is also Mubtadi', Khawarij? Not only this, but they became extremely fanatic for their sheikh, to the extent that Muhammad Madkhali, he said, whoever goes to Mecca and he does not pass by our big sheikh Rabi' Madkhali, he is drawn with hypocrisy. Why he doesn't pass by our sheikh when he goes and make Umrah or Hajj in Mecca? Isn't it but because he is drawn with hypocrisy in his heart.
ولو كان بأطراف الأرض، هذا في شرقها وهذا في غربها، ويتمنى أن يلقاه ويراه. والبدعي يكره السني كما أن السني يكره البدعي، لا شك ولا ريب. وإلا الذي يأتي إلى مكة وليس عنده شيء يمنعه ما يحرص على زيارة الشيخ، مغبون، هو الخاسر. الشيخ ربيع ما يضره شيء، لكن هو الخاسر. والناس كما قلت لكم أهل السنة والله يستغربون منه، لأنه ما ينصرف عنه إلا مغموس. كما قلت لكم بالقيد هذا، إذا لم يكن له عذر كعائلة لا يجد من يقوم بهم، أسرة معهم لا يجد من يقوم بها، أطفال ونحو ذلك، أو وقته قصير أو نحو ذلك من الأعذار الصحيحة. أما من يقيم بمكة أسبوع وعشرة أيام ولا يستطيع الذهاب إلى الشيخ ربيع ويقول أنه سلفي، يقول ما الذي منعه؟ ما في وجود أعذار صحيحة عنده، ما الذي منعه؟ إلا شيء في النفس، لا شك ولا ريب.
Oh my goodness. So now it became like this. You praise their sheikh, you're Sunni 100%. You have a problem with their sheikh, you are Mubtadi' 100%. But even I'm against bid'ah, even though, but you have a problem with our sheikh, you're Mubtadi'. Bismillah, mashallah. You know, there used to be, as I was in the UK, I want to give a lecture. Some people invited me to give a lecture in their masjid. Then suddenly they say, oh, sorry, we apologize. And that happened many times. What's going on? They were given warning by those SS, super online Salafis, SS Salafis. MashaAllah. They give them warning. And I kept myself away time by time. I don't want to have clashes which may disturb my working for da'wah. I don't want to do that, but they're doing that to me. So the madkhalis who refuse to be belonging or joining to those brotherhood cult, all right, I don't blame them. No. I have problems with Ikhwan, and since 30 years I've been writing articles against them, trying to reform, giving them advices, but I don't like to fight them for the favor of politics. But those people who refuse Brotherhood Party, they're becoming Brotherhood with the mercenary Russians. They became subdued to those disbeliever leaders such as Trump, Macron. They're working for the favor now. Can you imagine? Salafi. You know, in Christianity you have Jews, number 4, Jews for Jesus. Now those Salafis, number 4, Trump. Salafis for Macron. Salafis for Haftar. Salafis for secular. You can see them standing on the side of the secular people against the people of Dawah. I have experienced that. As I was planning to give a lecture in one of the masjids, one of those people, he said to me, "Where did you get your knowledge from? Who's your sheikh?" This is provoking. So I said to him, Did you visit the barber? Did you cut your hair? He said, yes. He said, did you ask the barber if he's qualified? Who taught him this career? Did you ask him? He said, no. So why do you ask me? Just Google my name and see my productions and my fruits. And if you don't like me, you cannot come and interrogate me. They interrogate people. Every person who comes to the masjid. Who's your sheikh? Oh. In other words, he may not be asking you. No. But he gets your name. Hello. Our sheikh in Saudi Arabia. You know, we got a sheikh here. He's going to give a lecture. His name is, for example, Dmashqiyya. Okay. Mubtada. Oh, okay. Mubtada. So they became cultists. They're isolating themselves. They are forming a cult because they say to every cleric, we disobey, we do not hear, unless we get a confirmation from our sheikh in Mecca. Is this Islam? No, that's not Islam. That's the Hizbi cultist way, which they objected against, but now they're falling in. Hizbi, Qutbi, Sururi, these are words that they used against, but it returned against them. Because now we see the Khawarij behavior, the Ikhwan method in them. Subhanallah. Sheikh Fawzan accuses Rabi' al-Madkhali of being murji'. Murji'a, irja' is postponing faith or acts of faith. Because those people, they see corruption by their leaders, but they keep pushing the Muslims away, never speak. And they see corruption taking place. And one of them, this man is, whose name is Abdul Aziz al-Rayis. He said, you should be patient. You should hear and obey and do nothing. Even if you see our leader making love, sleeping with a woman on TV, which means our Muslim leader is committing adultery live. Even if you see him like this, you should never speak against it. Never backbite him, okay?
تخيل أن للحاكم سواء كان ملكا أو رئيس دولة إلى آخره له نصف ساعة في التلفزيون يخرج على الهواء مباشرة يزني ويشرب الخمر. إيش موقفنا منه؟ على الهواء مباشرة يزني ويشرب الخمر. لنفترض إيش موقفنا الشرعي؟ إذا كنت أمامه انكر عليه ولو بصوت مرتفع ولو قدام الناس. ولو أمام الناس، لكن تراعي المصلحة والمفسدة. أما إذا كنت وراءه لا تذكر اسمه ولا تنكر عليه بطريقة تحرض الناس عليه. قل وقد اشتهر الزنا وأخذ يبث في التلفاز وغيره فاتقوا الله والزنا محرم، ثم تأتي بأسلوب تدعو لولي الأمر، تجعل الناس تجتمع قلوبهم عليه حتى لو كان يزني نصف ساعة كل يوم على التلفزيون، لأنه مطلوب منك شرعا تؤلف الناس على ولي الأمر، لا تهيج الناس على ولي الأمر، مع إنكار ماذا؟ المنكر بدون ماذا؟ بدون تسميته، لا تصريحا ولا تعريضا. تصور يا أخوان.
So what am I supposed to be doing? Maybe you give him a towel to wipe himself. And the question was addressed to those people. What if that woman whom your leader is sleeping over is your sister, is your daughter? You'll not be taking any action? You'll be saying we hear and obey and it's okay? Or you'll be trying to provoke those whom we call Ahlul Halli wal Aqd, elderlies, who can remove him, who can advise him. So are you telling me you can sleep like this and taking no action against the leader if he raped your daughter, your sister, live on TV, live streaming? That's okay? Don't backbite him? You should bring the hearts of people on loving him. Even if you see him every day, half an hour, committing adultery, life. Wow. So, Sheikh Rabi' Madkhali is accused by Sheikh Fawzan that he is murji'. And the attitude of those murji'ah is to delay matters of faith and keep everybody actless. No action taken. Should not be doing anything. Just be patient. Okay? Do nothing. Because he is the leader. He is the shade of God on earth. So you should be saying nothing. Even if the Prophet said, according to Sahih Muslim, the best among your leaders are those whom you pray for them and they pray for you. You love them and they love you. And the worst of the leaders are those whom you curse them and they curse you. And you hate them and they hate you. That's what the Prophet said. But this guy, Abdul Aziz al-Rais, says, shh, no, don't curse him. Don't speak any word. He is the shade of God on earth. Let's hear what Fawzan says about Rabi' Madkhali.
شيخ الله يغفر لك، كلام يا شيخ أشكل علينا يا شيخ، ما أدري موافق لعقيدة أهل السنة يا شيخ ولا لا. أقول أحسن الله إليك، ما أدري موافق لعقيدة أهل السنة أو مخالف. نعم. أحسن الله إليك. يقول وقال أن الإيمان أصل والعمل كمال فرع.
لا هذا باطل، خالف في مذهب أهل السنة، هذا مذهب المرجئة.
أحسن الله عليك. في عبارتين أحسن الله عليك بس نختم بها. الشيخ الله يغفر لك يقول ونقلت عن ابن تيمية، نقلت عنه 9 نصوص، وابن القيم وابن رجب وعدد من أئمة الدعوة النجدية كلهم يصرحون بأن الإيمان أصل والعمل فرع،
هذا كذاب.
وبعضهم يقول تارة فرع وتارة كمال. وآخر عبارة يا شيخ الله يجزاك جنات النعيم، قالوا زعموا كذبا على السلف بأنهم جعلوا جنس العمل ركنا في تعريف الإيمان.
هذا كذاب منهم.
هذا شيخ واحد أحسن الله إليك اسمه ربيع المدخلي.
لا هذا كذب.
وشيخ لا عبارة أخيرة يا شيخ، يقول إنه جاهد وناضل أكثر من كثير من هيئة كبار العلماء.
بس خلاص كبينا.
أحسن الله إليك. السلام عليكم.
And by this irja, it causes them to lose parts of their faith because their jealousy becomes for favor of the leader, not for favor of God and his religion. I'll be closing this first part of my refutation against the Madkhalis by those important words. One of the leaders, his name is Al-Ma'mun, he was asked about Murji'ah, postponers of faith. He said, it is the religion of kings. This is the Madkhalis. Religion of kings. Wherever they go, they report to kings and leaders against people. Also narrated by another Ibn Shumayl, who asked Al-Ma'mun. Al-Ma'mun is Amawi leader. He said to him, what is Murji'a and Irja'? Which means delaying faith, delaying acts from faith. He replied, it is a religion that suits and agree with kings, by which they attain thereby objects of worldly life, but it diminishes and detracts them the loss of parts of their deen, religion. Very important word that really summarizes all what I wanted to say about those people. May Allah protect us from the evil of those people who are dedicating themselves in backbiting and reporting people of da'wah to their rulers, whether they are Muslims or not Muslims. I will close with the conceitedness of Rabi' al-Madkhali. He's always proud of himself, viewing himself to be an extreme super scholar who prefers himself over the early narrators, such as Ibn Abi Hatim and even al-Bukhari. He said, if those people will be doing the same profound analysis and study that I made, they will not be exceeding my knowledge, because I have completed the knowledge. So even Bukhari does not reach the level of Rabi' al-Madkhali's knowledge. I mean, no one can say that except he is crazy and conceited, and this is the fact of Rabi' al-Madkhali. I just gave one example of his conceitedness, which many people had counted hundreds of examples that show that this man is not normal, he is conceited, and he is violent, and he and his cult had stabbed the Salafi da'wah with a dagger from the back. So this is the first part of my refutation against the Madkhalis, and inshallah the second one will be issued maybe next month. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.